the 20 Dou Zong that offended Xiao Yan. As many as 16 of them were beaten to death. Even the last one, who was promoted to Dou Zong, was still kicked to death by Xiao Yan. After Xiao Yan arrived in Zhongzhou, the previously praised Dou Huang instantly turned into a weakling, because the streets were full of Dou Zong powerhouses. Upon closer inspection, Xiao Yan realized that up until now, as many as 20 Dou Zong had offended him. Let's take a closer look at the fates of these Dou Zong who dared to offend Xiao Yan. The first to offend Xiao Yan was Yan Shan, the sect leader of Yan Shan sect. As the strongest boss in the newbie village, Yan Shan's first appearance was indeed terrifying. After all, this was the first time everyone had seen a Dou Zong powerhouse. Even Xiao Yan, using the power of Master Yao, couldn't easily defeat him, which is why he made the decision to raid Yan Lan sect 3 times. But unfortunately, Yan Shan made a fatal mistake. He should never have offended Xiao Yan. Even though Yan Yan was watching from the sidelines, Xiao Yan still ended up beating Yan Shan to death. However, it turned out there was a hidden mastermind behind Yan Shan, and that was the evil protector, Lu Protector. From the situation at the time, Lu Protector's strength was even more formidable. After using the secret techniques of the Soul Hole, his power could rapidly increase. Xiao Yan was no match for him, and could only watch helplessly as Lu Protector captured Master Ya's soul. Anyone who offends Xiao Yan will never have a good ending, especially after he captured his master's soul. Later on, after Xiao Yan learned the complete Skyfire 3 mysterious changes, even if Lu Protector advanced to 8-star Dou Zong, it was useless. In the end, he could not escape death. The third Dou Zong who offended Xiao Yan was Yan Luotia, the leader of the Golden Swallow sect. Yan Luotia only had the strength of a 2-star Dou Zong, but he had a pair of bone wings on his back. This allowed him to fly faster than other Dou Zong of the same rank. Yan Luotia was notorious for being a lecher. He was obsessed with the beauty of Queen Medusa. For Xiao Yan, this was something he could never tolerate. At first, Xiao Yan planned to personally kill Yan Luotia, but unexpectedly, the proud queen could not bear it either. Yan Luotia's end was tragic. While he was indulging in pleasure, he was ambushed by Medusa, and so he met his death at her hands. The fourth Dou Zong who offended Xiao Yan was the 3 elders of Mulan. It's worth mentioning that although these 3 old men only had the power of Pig Dou Huang, they could reach the Dou Zong level thanks to their use of the 3-beast savage art. Together, the 3 elders could be considered Dou Zong powerhouses. But this method of enhancing power by borrowing a martial skill had many drawbacks. Once one of them was eliminated, the remaining 2 could no longer perform the 3-beast savage art. The final result was inevitable. The 3 old men still died at the hands of Xiao Yan and Medusa. The 5th Dou Zong who offended Xiao Yan was Zibai Yan. The old man did indeed have some strength, and even with Medusa and Xiao Yishan by Xiao Yan's side, it was still tricky. But this old man was also extremely unlucky. With the Iron Protector defeated, the old man no longer had the strength to fight back. In the end, he could only use his remaining Dou Qi to unleash a poison attack. But this action completely enraged Medusa. As a result, he was killed by a slap to the head from Medusa. While Xiao Yan was battling Bai Yan, there was also an iron protector. In comparison, the iron protector's strength was not as powerful as Lu protector. Therefore, he was definitely no match for Xiao Yan. In the end, the iron protector was captured alive by Xiao Yan, and Xiao Yan even refined the iron protector's soul into a puppet. This result naturally counts as dying at Xiao Yan's hands. The seventh and eighth Dou Zong, who offended Xiao Yan, were the elder of Ying Mountain and Mo Tianjing. Both of these old men had 4-star Dou Zong's strength. Relatively speaking, the two elders were luckier, because Xiao Yan had to face Mo Yan Valley and Hanfan, so he did not immediately strike them with lethal force. After several skirmishes and standoffs, Xiao Yan still kept his word, and spared Mo Tianjing and the elder of Ying Mountain, especially the elder of Ying Mountain. This guy should be grateful for Xiao Yan's mercy. After all, this old man had repeatedly tried to seize the body-transforming essence. In the end, the result was one of good fortune. The ninth Dou Zong, who offended Xiao Yan, was the 3 elders of Mo Yan Valley. Just like the 3 elders of Milan, these 3 old fellows could combine forces to perform the flame art. Using this technique, they could condense the fire of transformation, although its power couldn't match the Yihuo exotic fire. The 3 of them, relying on this skill, could barely achieve Dou Zong level strength. Unfortunately, the fire of transformation was easily overwhelmed by the Yihuo. In the end, it was consumed by Xiao Yan. Without their main method of attack, the 3 of them were ultimately beaten to death by Xiao Yan. The 10th Dou Zong to offend Xiao Yan was the Earth Demon Old Ghost. For Xiao Yan, the Earth Demon Old Ghost's strength was indeed terrifying. After all, this old man had reached 7-star Dou Zong. Xiao Yan could not easily defeat him with his own strength. Fortunately, he had Xiao Yan to assist him. Xiao Yan seized the opportunity to form a destructive fire lotus. The power of this fire lotus far exceeded that of the 3-color fire lotus. After the explosion, the Earth Demon Old Ghost was left with only a sliver of life. The explosion of the fire lotus forced him to cough up his last breaths. The Earth Demon Old Ghost never imagined that after offending Xiao Yan, he would be killed in a single strike by Bai Lai. The 11th Dou Zong to offend Xiao Yan was the shameless Han Fan. By comparison, Xiao Yan's extermination of Han Fan was almost as impactful as the killing of Yan Shan. After Han Fan's death, his soul remained restless. He turned into a puppet and resurrected multiple times to trouble Xiao Yan. In the end, he even attempted to backstab Zhuang Protector, boosting his strength to the peak of 5-star Dou Zong. Unfortunately, the final result was that he could not escape death. Xiao Yan and Xiao Yan teamed up to strike, forcing Han Fan to self-destruct in the end. The 12th Dou Zong, who offended Xiao Yan, was Zhuang Protector. This guy's prestige kept dropping. He released a large number of souls, only to be easily captured by Xiao Yan. Realizing the situation was bad, Zhuang Protector even took the initiative to beg for mercy, asking Xiao Yan to return his soul. In the end, he was backstabbed by Han Fan. Overall, it could be said that he was killed by Xiao Yan's manipulation. The 13th Dou Zong powerhouse to offend Xiao Yan was the ancestor of the Luo family. After Xiao Yan arrived in Tianya City, he humiliated Luo Xiaotian to avenge his beloved granddaughter. the ancestor of the Luo family rushed out in fury to try and defeat Xiao Yan. Seeing that Xiao Yan was accompanied by another Dou Zong beauty, the ancestor of the Luo family immediately softened and attempted to ally with Xiao Yan. Having witnessed so many Dou Zong powerhouses, perhaps the ancestor of the Luo family was the most pragmatic one. The 14th Dou Zong powerhouse to offend Xiao Yan was Shen Yan, who was beaten to death by Xiao Yan. This old man, relying on his position as an elder of the Fan Lei sect, planned to use his power to oppress Xiao Yan. Little did he know, Xiao Yan had a ground demon beast hidden, and in addition to that, Xiao Yan also had a soul entity, a mere 4-star Dou Zong old man. Xiao Yan didn't even take him seriously. In the end, Shen Yan was forced into a corner and ended up self-destructing. Next, the 3 Dou Zong who offended Xiao Yan were the elders of Fan Lei Dian. All 3 old men were 5-star Dou Zong. They thought that relying on the 9 heavens, thunder prism formation, they would be able to defeat Xiao Yan. But Xiao Yan, after using his ghost possession technique, threw out a 3-color fire lotus. The power of this fire lotus was so great that it instantly broke the 9 heavens thunder prism formation. In their first encounter, the 3 old men were lucky to escape. Later on, Xiao Yan wiped out the entire Fan Lei sect, and the 3 old men naturally didn't survive. They all died at Xiao Yan's hands. The 18th Dou Zong to offend Xiao Yan was Han Tianxiao, the ancestor of the Han family. After their first encounter, Han Tianxiao complained that Xiao Yan was a young man who should not be provoked. But this old man, relying on the Fan Lei sect's influence, once again attempted to act against Xiao Yan. After the 3 elders of Fan Lei Dian escaped, only Han Tianxiao remained. This old man alone was no match for Xiao Yan, and he didn't even have a chance to self-destruct. In the end, he was killed on the spot by Xiao Yan. The 19th Dou Zong to offend Xiao Yan was Tia Lazy Feitia. As the leader of the North Fan Lei sect, this old man had the strength of 8-star Dou Zong. Xiao Yan was naturally no match for him. In comparison, Feitia's ending was relatively better. Later, Xiao Yan destroyed the entire Fan Lei sect, and even Lei Zuan was killed. But this old man managed to escape on his own. His whereabouts unknown. The final Dou Zong to offend Xiao Yan was the deputy commander of Lingjuan. This guy had disliked Xiao Yan from the start. Not only that, Lingjuan planned to compete with Xiao Yan for Xuina, Xiao Yan's wife, but unfortunately for him, his strength was still lacking. Later, he repeatedly opposed Xiao Yan, and after being promoted to 1-star Dou Zong, he still tried to make things difficult for Xiao Yan. In the end, he was kicked to death by Xiao Yan. Out of consideration for the ancient clan, Xiao Yan spared Lingjuan's life.